to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. I am currently looking for people who are traveling in early 2026 to be trip report guests. If that's you or someone you know, please submit through my website, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com. The sooner you submit, the better, so that I can get the schedule locked down. If you're on the fence, what is it you are waiting for? It's a lot of fun, and I promise I make it super easy. If you're considering it and have any questions, please feel free to DM me. On today's show, I am welcoming back Tanner, who was traveling to Walt Disney World August 25th through 28th for a mother-son adventure with her son, Griffin, who is in the 8th grade. Tanner is a travel agent who specializes in Disney, so she did all of their trip planning. They were staying at Pop Century Resort for the very first time and had 3-day park hopper tickets, along with tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and a Hollywood Studios After Hours event. It's been several years since Griffin has been to Disney, so Tanner was looking forward to showing him everything that's new to him and getting to experience the parks in a new way now that he's older. Before we said goodbye in this interview, we managed to get Griffin on the mic to sit down with my son Alex for a quick little teen to teen interview. So that was a lot of fun, and I hope you like it. I think that should be all you need to know. So let's get into it. Here's Tanner. Welcome back, Tanner.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be back. Well, not really happy to be
Are
back,
you?
but happy to be on.
You have just come back from a mother-son trip, and I just basically came back from a mother-son trip. So we have so much in common this month.
Yeah.
Let's talk through this presumably wonderful trip that you had, but we'll find out.
Yes.
So, starting off, you were flying down to Fort Lauderdale for a couple of nights with some friends before the Disney portion of your trip started. How was that leg of your journey?
It was perfect. We had a great time. Was a long time friend, and his kids had never met my son, so it was a really, really nice trip.
Did
Nice
you
to
do
see
some
them.
beach time?
No, we didn't. They have a pool though, so we did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And after that, it was over to Disney, and you were taking the Bright Line train, which I have never done. So, I want to know everything about it. I want to know, like, was it comfortable? Was it nice? Was it on time? All of those details. Would you do it again?
So yes, yes, yes. It was Um, very nice. The security was very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it wasn't anything like an airport or anything like that. It was just a quick security. And then there was a little lounge area where they had snacks you could purchase and drinks and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and really comfortable seating to kind of hang out and wait for the train. When the train was about ready to approach, they would open up this like downward escalator that went back down to kind of a level where you came in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could go out onto the actual track where it was going to come in. And loading was quick and easy. They had you all kind of broken out by the section of the train that you're on,
Mm-hmm.
and seats were really comfortable, spacious.
Did you have an assigned seat like you
Yeah.
would on a plane? Okay.
Yeah, assigned seats, and we had a larger bag, so we were able to check that down at the level when we first came in,
Mm-hmm.
um, but a lot of people had smaller bags, and you could bring those. They had, like, overhead bins like you would have on an airplane,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had a menu that you scanned the QR code from your seat
Mm-hmm.
and purchased what you wanted to on your phone, and then someone just brought it to you, so it was
Oh,
very
wow.
cool.
And you could do that the entire train ride?
Yeah. The
Okay.
entire trip. In fact, the girls in front of us were having a very nice time with several cocktails.
That
So,
was gonna be
yeah.
my next question was what sorts of things were people ordering?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the drinks were, like, canned drinks, but they had, like, gin and tonic type things in a can,
Mhm.
beer. I think they had wine. They had, like, cheese and cracker trays,
Mhm.
sandwiches, all kinds of snacks. So, yeah, it was a pretty good selection, and the bathroom was amazing. It's like you touched something on the side of the wall, and this
Mhm.
whole thing opened up, and it was a big, huge bathroom. So, yeah, it was nice.
How long was this train ride from Fort Lauderdale? into
It was
Orlando?
just shy of 3 hours.
Oh, okay. That is longer than I thought for some reason. I guess,
Yeah.
because it's Florida to Florida. And
Right.
I recognize it's a bigger state, but
Yeah.
there's a part of me that was like, "Oh, it's gotta be, maybe an hour and a half tops."
Yeah.
Um,
But
so
I think it was it's funny because our plane ride to Florida was about 3 hours, but
mhm.
this train ride felt much faster. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was
All
nice.
right. So on this first day, this was Monday, August 25th. And
Mhm.
after you arrived, you were going to be getting ready for a dinner at Shiki Sai. Was your room at Pop Century ready at this point?
So, funny because I have these notes written down. So, we pulled onto the Pop Century property at 2:09 PM,
Mm-hmm.
and at 2:12, while we were literally getting in line at the front desk, and there was quite a line, I have to say, that day. There were probably 6 people in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I received a text that the room was ready. So,
Mm-hmm.
it was perfect. I almost feel like they know when you get there.
Oh, it's not almost, Tanner.
Yeah,
They do
okay,
know.
they know.
Because especially if you've been before and you have a Magic Man and you have your location services turned on,
Yes.
the minute you get into that Disney bubble, they know where you are. And
Yeah,
so if you have checked in on your app and then you cross over into the Disney bubble, then if you have the type of room that they have one ready at that point, then they know, oh, somebody's here and they needed this type of room and we have this type of room available. They were not wanting to wait for something special in terms of like a room request or whatever. Then they try to get you matched up as quickly as they can.
right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So, we did wait in line, though, because, my son wanted to get his birthday button.
Mhm.
So, we waited a little bit, got that, and we kind of the girl was really great, I can't remember her name, who helped us, waited on us, and she just kind of got us acquainted with the layout of that main lobby, where
Mhm.
the food was, where to wait for the buses, where the Skyliner was, all of that. Um,
Mhm.
and we got into our room at 2:30, and it was a perfect room. It was room number 4261. It was a preferred room in the 60 section, way down at the end, so we really only had to walk down a flight of stairs, and the Skyliner was right there.
Mhm.
So, really nice room, but was fun
Wait,
the
what room did you say? 4?
261.
Oh, that's so funny. Then I was, like, right above you then the couple days later because we were in
Oh,
that 60s room and we were in 4463 or something
okay.
like that. So,
Yeah.
we were right up there and really there was only one room closer to the stairs than we were.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect location, and I had never stayed there before, and, we'll get to that part later, but I was definitely impressed. So, my funny story about check-in is that I always get a grocery delivery of some kind, even if I'm only staying for a few days, because
Mhm.
it's so nice just to have those conveniences in your room, a couple of
Mhm.
protein shakes, some bananas, just some stuff to have. And I had ordered that, and then I forgot while we were in the lobby to go and grab it. So I said,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, while we're getting settled in and I'm unpacking, I'll just call down and have them bring it to us."
Mhm.
And I called and they said, "Oh, we have it. We'll bring it right up." And he said, "It's gonna be 20 minutes. Is that okay?" And I said, "That's fine." So a half an hour went by and they still hadn't showed up. And so I called down again and another woman answered the phone and she said, "Oh, yes, someone's on the way right now." I said, "Okay, great." I waited another 15, almost 20 minutes, and I called down again. And the minute I said I had called twice already, the woman said to me, "Okay, hold on just a minute." Immediately, a manager got on the phone,
Mhm.
apologized all over the place, and I said, "No, it's fine." But she said, I didn't even have to ask for anything, and I wasn't going to, but she said to me, "We realize that this is time you could have spent in the park. We're really sorry. And to straighten this out for you, we're going to bring it up right now. And we're also going to give you a voucher for 2 quick service meals."
Oh, that was nice.
Very nice. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
and that to me is that's the Disney difference, right? That's
Mhm.
the stuff you wouldn't get if you stayed off property. I mean, in my
Mhm.
opinion, that's why you stay at Disney because it's that little bit of extra, you know,
Mhm.
we know what to do to fix it if something goes wrong because no one's perfect. I mean,
Mhm.
so yeah, it was
Yeah.
really nice.
So the stuff that you ordered, you were
Mhm.
only here from Monday and then you checked out on Thursday.
Yep,
Did you use everything you ordered?
I didn't. I didn't use
Okay.
all the bananas, and we ordered some blueberries. We didn't eat
Uh-huh.
all of those. I panic ordered a couple of umbrellas as well because the weather was I wasn't sure what was gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
We had ponchos, but I panic ordered the umbrellas, and so those were brand new, and I just left them in the room. I figured they'll pass them on to someone else.
Oh, you didn't even bring them home with
No, we have, like, 6 umbrellas at home.
you?
Like, I don't need any more, so yeah.
I have had trips where I haven't used everything that I've ordered, and I've gone on to one of the, there's some Facebook groups that are about, like, not paying for things at Disney. It's like a free cycle or something like that. And people, specifically usually people staying at the same resort as you, if you say I have this, if anybody wants to come get it, at 8 a.m. or whatever, if you're here I'll
Oh,
give it to you, then people just walk up and they knock and they're like thank you so much, and they walk
nice.
away with it. I've seen people give away strollers on there,
Oh,
which
wow.
to me is bizarre. Like an umbrella, I can sort of wrap my mind around that, but I am also like, if I paid for it, I'm bringing it home. But people will buy brand new umbrella strollers. Granted, not super expensive ones, but they will use it like on their trip and then just give it right away. And sometimes they're
Wow.
not even umbrella strollers. Sometimes it's like a slightly bigger stroller, not a, $600 to $800 stroller. But
Right.
still, I that always boggles my mind. But I like the idea of those groups. I like the things not going to waste and people not having to spend money that they don't need to be spending. And if somebody's
Yeah.
looking for something specific, it's nice to be able to hand it to somebody that was like, "Oh man, I forgot my umbrella," or whatever. So,
Right. And I've also heard, I don't know where I heard this, it might have been another podcast at some point, but I've heard that if you leave food behind that's unopened, the staff gets it, the crew,
mhm. Yeah.
the cast members. So I'm cool with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
work
always leave a
hard.
ton of water refrigerated for them. I'm like, I hope they
Yeah.
enjoyed this water.
Yeah.
Um, where did you end up ordering these groceries from?
Walmart, I usually
Okay.
go through Kroger,
Mhm.
because Kroger doesn't have an actual store in that area, but they have, like, a warehouse, so you can get
Oh,
delivery
okay.
from Kroger, but for whatever reason, they were charging a lot for delivery this
Mhm.
time, so I switched over to Walmart.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see where people choose to have their deliveries from. All right. So, after that finally made its way to you, did you head on over to Epcot?
Yes. So we were, let's see, on the Skyliner about 3:30,
Mhm.
and we arrived at Epcot about 4 o'clock. Um,
Mhm.
I'll say that I feel like we got the Disney trifecta of, like, trip perfection because we had good weather, we had light crowds, and
Mhm.
I didn't have a single ride closure, at least when we wanted to be on them. So
Mhm.
that's perfect. I walked in with some awesome lightning lanes. So I walked in with Living with the Land, Soarin', Guardians, and Test Track.
Mhm.
Um, but I had kind of done the I don't know if you talk about this on the podcast or you guys know about this rule, but the 2-hour rule.
Mhm.
Okay, so I utilized that in order to kind of really pack them right next to each other. So we did them in, you know, real fast order, all 4 of those.
Mhm.
Um, and it was my son's first time on Guardians, and I said to
Oh.
him, "I can't even prepare you for it. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's a roller coaster, but it doesn't feel like a roller coaster. It's like a whole 'nother experience." And he even said to me, he's like, "Yeah," when we got off, he said, "Mom, that room when you were, like, in the room and it was like a circle," he's like, "That was so trippy." And I'm like, "I know, it was crazy."
Was this his first time riding, like, a big, and I'm using air quotes, listeners, a bigger coaster in
Uh,
general?
no, not really, because when we went 4 years ago, when he was 9, he did, Everest,
Mhm.
which I would consider that a
Yeah,
serious
totally.
roller coaster.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Um, yeah, so no, it wasn't his first time, and he loves them.
Okay. And what song did you get?
We got Disco Inferno.
Okay. I
So,
love that one.
it's my 2nd time, and the first one I got was conga.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I was kinda hoping to get September, but, that's alright. Next time, maybe.
I heard a rumor that they are playing September a lot more during the month of September. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yes, and the whole is it September 21st? Is that
Mhm.
what the date that's in the
Yes.
song? They
Mhm.
play it the entire day. Only then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I heard then, that it was gonna be
Yes.
the whole day. In my mind, I translated that to more than just one day.
Yeah.
Alright. So all of those lightning lanes are the ones that you had told me in the pre-trip that you were aiming for, so
Yep.
congratulations on getting everything you wanted.
Thank you.
So, did you set them up so that when you came in via the international gateway, because of the
Mhm.
Skyliner,
Yep.
that you did Lingwood Land and Soarin' first and kind of worked your way around? Were you efficient with your steps?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
So we did I in order, we did Living with the Land, Soarin', Guardians, and then Test Track.
Okay. Had he done Test Track before?
Yes, but not the new one.
Okay. What did you think about it?
We liked it. We liked it.
Okay.
I mean, he said, "I missed the part where I get to make the car up
Mhm.
in the beginning." And he said, "But they never gave you enough time for that anyway." So I said, "Yeah, I guess I guess that's true." So he we liked it a lot. We thought that the not to give away, like, spoilers, but
Mhm.
the new scenes they added towards the end there that was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Where did you go after Test Track?
So that we were right up against our reservation, and I actually called to tell them we were getting gonna be a few minutes late, and they said that was fine. So we went over to Shikisai at that point.
Mhm. And how was that?
It was very good. It was, the view up there is beautiful. It's on the 2nd, floor
Mhm.
of one of the buildings, and, it was really nice. They're I mean, all of the waiters and waitresses are always really nice in those restaurants, but,
Mhm.
um, yeah, they were really nice, and it was a really nice meal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you a big sushi person?
Yes, we both are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Do they have things on their menu for non-sushi people?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
They had quite a few. In fact, there was a family that came in, and sat kind of like kitty corner to us, and
Mhm.
they ordered nothing that was raw. They ordered, and I was
Mhm.
kind of paying attention just to see what do people come in here for.
Right.
And they had some noodle dishes. They had some cooked chicken dishes and some beef. So yeah, you can
Mhm.
absolutely go in there and avoid sushi entirely if you want.
Okay. It's on my list to go there. Both Charles and Alex are huge sushi people.
Mhm.
I am not opposed to raw fish. In fact, I love ceviche. I don't like seaweed. So
Oh,
everything wrapped in seaweed is not my thing at all.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, but it was great, and they actually, they saw my son's birthday pin,
mhm.
so they brought a little, it was like a swirl of a green tea and a vanilla soft serve,
Oh,
which
cool.
it wasn't his favorite, but I thought it was delicious.
What time was it when you wrapped up that dinner?
It was around 7:15
Mhm.
because we then headed over to that new little capsule toy kiosk.
Mhm.
Have you seen that?
I have not on my mother-son trip. I know we didn't go back into Japan, which is shocking to me
Yeah,
because we normally do.
next time.
Yeah, next time.
So yeah, it was a little it looks like one of those things that when you come out of the grocery store, you put a quarter in and you get like a little
Mhm.
toy inside a little capsule. It's kind of like that, but there are some of them are themed like anime. But my son did one that was all different sea creatures, so he got a little whale out of it. So yeah, it was
Oh,
fun.
okay. So when you were walking if you were walking in the dead center of the Japan pavilion, like the buildings on your right, on the left is the building where they're doing the drumming, and you
Yep.
go in that door. Is it in the space on the left where they used to have the cute culture display?
No, it's right out in the open. So if,
Oh.
as we were coming down the staircase from having gone to that restaurant, it
Mhm.
was right down to our right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
before you
Interesting.
get to the Japanese garden.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
yeah, it was really
Hmm.
nice. So then we headed over to I had grabbed a lightning lane after used the couple at the beginning of the day. I had grabbed one for Remy's.
Mhm.
So we headed over there around 7:45, and that was not a very long wait. It was
Mhm.
pretty quick. And then we grabbed some ice cream in the France Pavilion. I can't remember the name of the place, but
Is it La Glace des Artisans, I think?
I
Desert
might have
Desert.
conveniently forgotten because I can never pronounce it, but yes.
I always try to and probably fail spectacularly. Um, I like that little ice cream shop.
Yeah, yeah, so we got some there, walked a little bit through the countries. Oh, we went to, the caramel store,
Mhm.
which I
Caramel
also can't
couche.
pronounce. And we got, I would say, definitely one of the stars of the trip as far as
Mhm.
food, the Snickerdoodle caramel sandwich cookie.
Oh, I've had that before. Yeah.
It's huge too,
I
so we
mean,
put it
you
in there.
cannot go wrong with anything in that store, in my
No,
opinion. Yeah.
you definitely can. It's huge, so we put it in our cooler/refrigerator back at the
Mhm.
room and, like, kinda ate it throughout the trip, but yeah, it was
Mhm.
fantastic. Then we walked around through the Mexico Pavilion, and then we were in the Connection store, I wanna say around, like, 9:15, and I knew that Epcot closed at 9. Oh, and I'd asked my son, "Do you wanna do the fireworks?" He said, "I don't care." I said, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I don't really care about those." And I said, "Okay, we'll skip them." So we were in the store when they were going off, and I asked one of the cast members, I said, "I know that there's an extended evening hours tonight for the deluxe resort
Mhm.
guests." And I said, "But what time does the store close?" And she said, "Oh, we're open." And I said, "So we can stay here even though we're not deluxe?" And she said, "Oh, yeah." And
Yeah.
that it never really I mean, yes, it makes sense, but it never occurred to me to do that, to use that time like that. So we ended up by hanging out in that store for quite a while, and in fact, we did not get back into the line for the Skyliner. It was nuts that night, but we didn't get into that line till about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
So,
when you said that he wasn't interested in the fireworks, in my head, the next thing you were gonna say is, "So we headed to the Skyliner to avoid the line."
nope. We should have done that, but it really moved pretty fast. It wasn't I wanna say it only took maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes. It wasn't really that
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah.
Um,
For the stores, just so that listeners know, most of the main stores in each of the parks, so Connections because it's the big store sort of towards the front of the park,
yep,
Main Street, Hollywood Boulevard, those types of stores. If the park closes at a certain hour, usually those stores are open for a full hour after anyway. And
okay,
then
yep,
for the deluxe after hours, they have you scan to get into attractions, and then they probably at different points, like if you were going to try to go walk back into the countries, they might have had people standing there asking to scan your band to prove that you were a deluxe resort guest so
yeah,
that you could move, sort of like you do when you go for early entry. You have to prove that you're staying on property.
yep,
It's like that in different places, but Connections, yeah, even on a normal night would be open until 10 if the park closes at 9. So, yeah, take your time,
yeah,
shop
it
to
was
your heart's
nice.
content.
Yeah, we did some pin shopping. That was, like, our big
Mhm.
thing this time was pin we really got into the pin shopping.
Are you pen traders though, or you
We
just shop
haven't
and keep?
Yeah, no, we haven't classically been pin traders, but,
Mhm.
I'm collecting a certain line, the, Adventureland line right
Mhm.
now, and my son had a couple of pins I got him when he was real little, and he
Mhm.
decided he wanted to start getting into pin trading using those, so he did a little trading, and then he did some buying too.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so that wrapped up that night. We went home
Mhm.
and went back to our resort and crashed.
Yep. So that brings us to Tuesday, August the 26th. And this
Yes,
was both an Animal Kingdom day and a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party day.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Tell us all about it.
We went hard on this trip. We went hard. So we were out of our room at 6:35 AM in the morning.
Well done.
Um, and we took the bus to Animal Kingdom, and my intention was to rope drop Dinosaur,
Mhm.
which we did to say a goodbye for however
Mhm.
many other times we said goodbye. Because 'cause I've heard the date now is officially February.
Mhm, I think it's, like, February 2nd or something like
Yeah,
that.
so there's still more time. Um, but there were a ton of people headed in that direction. I thought to myself, "This is feels weird. What's going on?" And then everyone
Mhm.
kind of went off over to the right, and I realized there was a magnet drop happening that day for annual pass holders.
Yes. Yep.
So and it was kind of funny because there was a guy, 2 people in front of us who ended up by being the very first person on that ride in that morning. We were, like, in the very first car that morning,
Uh-huh.
which was fun. But
Mhm.
he said, "I thought it was strange that there were so many people going to Dinosaur first thing in the morning." So, yeah, it was funny. So we that had a good time on that ride as always, said our goodbyes, maybe.
Mhm.
And then we got some, photos taken by one of the photographers in front of the sign, the Dino Land sign.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, they came out really good too. I think they were, like, our favorite of the whole trip, so I'll have to include those
Mhm.
when I send you some photos.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we headed over to Creature Comforts, and my son got a cinnamon roll, Mickey-shaped cinnamon roll, and a drink, and I got some coffee. And then so we did have some really good lightning lanes for that day, but we had some time to kill. And I said, "I've always wanted to do the trails, and I've just never done them in this park. It's just, like, I've been prioritizing rides, and we have the
Mhm.
time," and my son was into it. So, we hit Gorilla Falls Trail just as they were opening, like, they literally dropped a rope and let people in, and we were, like, the 2nd people in, and someone said to us, "Do you want a tour guide to take you through?" And there was an older gentleman standing there, and I felt, like, bad saying no, and I thought to myself, "I'm just gonna say yes, because let's just try it." It ended up by being, Virginia, the one of the very best parts of our trip. The
Wait,
man
did this
was
person work there?
amazing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was like
Some strange guy.
like some random guy who's like, "I know all about gorillas." So
Yeah. No, no, he worked there, and, he was, like I said, an older gentleman, incredibly knowledgeable, told
Mhm.
us so many great stories. There was this one section you walk through and there's all these little blue fish, and they're beautiful. And he said, "Do you know why we have so many fish in here?" And I said, "I don't know. Tell me." And he said, "Because they will attack each other if there's too few of them. But if there's a lot of them, they can't track who they're following, so they don't attack each other."
Oh,
I
okay.
know. And he told us just so many neat stories about the gorillas and
Mhm.
how they had separated a family, and they had like an adolescent male that was beginning to challenge the authority of his father and like the family. So they had separated him, and the sister and mother could still see him, and they would sit, like, up high and watch for him during the day, and they wanted to make sure he was okay. They were worried about him when he first moved over there. It's just, like it's incredible.
I wanna cry right now.
I know, and then he
Oh
told
my
me about
god.
how when he watched one morning when, he had just come onto his shift, and one of
Mhm.
the mothers had just given birth, and she still had, like, the umbilical cord attached and everything, and she
Mhm.
brought the baby over to the glass where he was, and she sat down, and she checked all his little fingers and toes and looked him all over and made sure he was okay, and he said that afterwards, her face just kind of you could tell she was just relieved and happy, and
Mhm.
then she kissed him. I mean, ju
Aw.
yeah, just like the two I know, it was
I
incredible.
we don't deserve animals.
I know,
Like, they are
I
too
know.
good for this world.
Yeah,
Mm.
so my tip to Alva listeners is don't skip things like that.
Mhm.
Don't skip the little things because they really can be the most impactful. And I
Mm.
said to my son afterwards, I was just like, "That was amazing." And we got our picture taken with him too. So I'll send you
Aw.
that as
What
well.
was his name?
Steven.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you, Stephen.
Yeah, really the
Mm.
highlight of that day anyway. Yeah. So and then we left there and oh, and I just said to my son, I said, "Was that, what did you think?" And he
Mhm.
said, although there were a few times I was a little bit bored because his stories went on a little bit, he said
Mhm.
it was really cool. I'm glad we did it, mom. So that's
Yeah.
for a 13-year-old to say that, that's a big
Oh, for
deal.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had a lightning lane for the safari.
Mhm.
And then we saw the baby elephant. Well, he's not so baby anymore, but you can
Mhm.
tell he's littler. And a couple of baby giraffes.
Mm.
Mm, We did Everest, had a lightning lane for that. We did Cali River, had a lightning lane for that.
Mhm.
And we did a little shopping in the island mercantile pins again.
Mhm.
Then we did Flight of Passage, and we were at lunch at Satuli Canteen about 12:15.
Had you been to Satu'li before?
I had my first time was 2 times ago when I was at Disney, so about a year ago,
Mhm.
and, I was really, impressed. I don't know why I hadn't been in there before, but the vibe in there is really cool, the food is great,
Mhm.
you can mobile order,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
perfect.
we tried it for breakfast for the first time on our
Oh,
mother-son trip, and it was also very good for breakfast, so
what did you have?
I had a Greek yogurt dish that had, like, fruit and muesli on it, and it was sort of tropical flavored,
Yeah?
because I've been really into Greek yogurt for breakfast lately. That's pretty much what I'm having most days at home right now, and then I also got the iced coffee, the cold brew flight, I guess it's called, that had, like, a traditional cold brew and then a matcha cold brew
Oh,
and an ube cold brew. And I liked the ube the best, and Alex liked the matcha the best. And we both were like, the normal cold brew is fine, whatever.
yeah.
But I don't know if you can, they were pretty good size cups.
Yeah.
Listeners, I'm showing her on my face how tall the glass was. Um, but it was a pretty good amount. So I felt like I had, my morning coffee just by
Good.
kind of having the one and then like a sip of the other two. So
Yeah,
it was
nice.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
Highly
try that for
recommend.
breakfast next time.
What did you end up getting for lunch?
I got the same thing I got the first time, which was the Ocean Moon Bowl.
Mhm.
It's that
I don't
brightly colored one with the noodles,
Yeah,
and
I haven't
it's
I
delicious.
haven't had that. I always do the whole, like, build your own thing
Yeah,
situation there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was
Uh,
good, and my son got the cheeseburger pods.
of course.
Yeah, which were very good, I did try that. Um, yeah, so we had a great lunch there, and then we were back, we were on the bus at, like, 12:55, I think, or
Mhm,
1 o'clock, to go back to Pop.
mhm,
And we did a little shopping in the Pop store there. My backpack that I brought with me, and I should know better. It's like, no matter how many times you go to Disney, you have all this advice in your head that you give to other people. All of my clients, I tell them all the things. Bring
mhm.
the blister pads, make sure your backpack's comfortable. My backpack was not comfortable. It was digging into me. So I bought a backpack. I bought a Disney bag. So
Was this a new backpack that you were carrying that was uncomfortable, or was it one
no.
that you've used before and suddenly was uncomfortable?
I've brought it before, but I think, when you combine the heat, it wasn't brutal hot, but it was definitely,
Mhm.
Disney in the summer. I don't know, maybe that's why, but it was not comfortable at all.
Hmm,
So yeah, I
okay.
bought a Disney backpack, which was very comfortable, light, had really thick padded shoulder straps. It was great.
Mhm,
And then we went to the pool, which was
mhm.
really nice. The pop pool, the big one, the flower pool.
Right.
Hippy dippy, I think they call it. And, then we showered and took power naps, like half-hour power naps.
Did you both sleep?
We did.
Okay,
Um,
good.
yeah, I wasn't sure my son was gonna go for it, but he did.
Good.
And then let's see, we were back on a bus to the Magic Kingdom, and we got there about 5 o'clock. So you could get in at 4, and they were kicking everybody out, I think at 6 because the party started at 7.
Right.
So I went in with some lightning lanes, thinking I could just get those done sort of ahead of time.
Mhm.
Um, First of all, the entrance, like, when they bring you in, did you guys do a party when you were there?
We did not. My son was not really he didn't seem that enthusiastic about it, and
Yeah.
so I was like, "Well, I'm not spending money on this party if you're not that excited to go." So we didn't. We did a DVC party while we were there.
Oh,
So,
good,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that I'm
But
not
I've
sure.
seen these lines though. I have been exiting when there has been either a Halloween or Christmas party, I can't remember, and people have been lined up outside. And so I don't actually think it was that bad a thing that you were not there right at 4 because you would have been waiting in line anyway.
And I did that on purpose because
Yeah.
I had read about that and watched YouTube videos about it, and I thought to myself, "That's not I'm not." We had no interest in meeting characters. We did not
Mhm.
get in line to meet Sally and Jack. That the entire time wasn't any less than 120 minutes, and to me, that's just
Yeah.
not.
That's such a I don't know.
Yeah,
In my opinion, that is not a
yes.
good use of your party time.
I 100% agree. If that's your thing, that's cool. It wasn't our thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, we walked through the little, like, area. They give you your bag, your treat bag, and your first treat, which was a full-size bag of caramel M&Ms, and they had, like, the little DJ going, and, yeah, it was cool, and then we headed to our first lightning lane, which was Tron. So
Mhm.
it was both of our first times doing this.
Okay.
It was awesome, but I was not comfortable in the regular seat, like the regular motorcycle seat.
Uh-huh.
I just felt like I don't know, my leg was, like, kinda pinched. I think I have really short legs, so I don't know if that's what it was, but
Mhm.
I wasn't comfortable, so I just sat in the back part, but they were really great about
Okay.
accommodating that, and they put my son right in front of me.
Yeah. Those seats are not comfortable. I ride on the motorcycle seat, but there is something about the center part that your legs are going around.
Yeah.
It's not rounded. It's like squared off.
Yeah.
It it kinda hurts,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I do it, but it hurts.
Yeah,
And every time I'm
I
like,
could
"Thank
have.
goodness the ride is so short."
Right, right. I could have, but I thought to myself, "I really wanna, like, enjoy this, so I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna not." But yeah, it was really great, and that first, like, when you first take off from there, it feels
Yeah.
so incredibly fast, like,
Yeah.
crazy fast, but, yeah, that was really fun. So we did that, my son loved that, and then we did Carousel of Progress just for
Oh.
fun.
Mhm.
It was my dad's favorite ride, and he's passed, and so I try to do it not every time I go, but at least once a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then we headed over to, Pinocchio Village House for dinner because we wanted to try one of the special menu items they had for the party, which was the garlic parmesan tenders. They
Mhm.
were awesome. So
Mm.
good. We
Okay.
really enjoyed those. And then we did one of the trick or treat lines, which wasn't too long, but we did it early in the party, and I think that later on in the party, they had, like, characters in the trick or treat lines to interact with you. There wasn't any in our line, so I think that was just because we went so early, but it
Mhm.
was okay. Got a few treats, and then we did Pirates, and then I looked at I wanted to make I'm gonna go back for a minute. I wanted to make note of this. So, I wanted to emphasize how light the crowds were because I was looking at the wait times at 3 o'clock when we were back in our room
Mhm.
just to see what we were gonna maybe walk into before the party actually started. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Jungle and Peter Pan were only at 30 minutes,
Mhm.
which is crazy. Pirates was only 5, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was only 35,
Mhm.
Space Mountain was 10, and Tiana's was 30. So, when we were there at the party, Tiana's was only a 5-minute wait, and I
Mhm.
said, I'm like, "Griffin, we gotta go do this right now." So, we ended
Mhm.
up by doing it twice. He
Mhm.
loved it so much.
Oh, good.
And I wasn't anticipating that was gonna be, like, his favorite ride, and it was definitely up there
Mhm.
for him. The new little things that they did without giving away anybody who hasn't ridden it, but the new things they did within the ride that kind of made it so that there wasn't just one big drop, but there are little things to look forward to throughout, I
Mhm.
think was huge. And the first time we rode it, they put us in the first row. And
Oh, no.
I looked at the people behind us who were also lined up for the first row, and they had on their ponchos, and I said, "Trade places with us, we need a minute to put our poncho on." So we put our ponchos on, and it was like it's so funny because you when you go down that drop, it's straight up like someone has a water hose to your face. I mean, it's it's like, not on the, power washing setting, but on the Mift setting.
Uh-huh.
It's just so fun. So we loved it. We rode it back to back twice and asked for the first row the next time. It was just so much fun. So we loved that ride.
Back to the crowds for a minute. I will
Oh, yeah.
say if listeners are going to the parks and you have a park hopper anyway, even if you're
Yes.
not going to the party,
Yeah.
this is a consistent experience that people are having, is that there
Yeah.
are low wait times during the day on party days because people who don't have park hopper don't go to that park that day because they don't want to have to leave early. They're like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm not going to be able to see the fireworks, so I'm not going to use up a park day for that." And so, if you have a park hopper anyway, I think it's worth it to go and enjoy those light crowds and then just hop to another park to do the evening.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've heard that many times too. That's just the best. If you're able to go a little early, it's great.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, So, let's see, we were Pirates, Tiana's twice, and then we went to the Haunted Mansion, and that was a long line because they have the actual, like
The characters.
yes, it was the
Yes.
best. I got it on video. It was hysterical. It was really, really funny. They did a great job. So that line was a long one, and I think that I wanna say we probably were in line for 20 or so minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Um,
Mhm.
but that was the best version of Haunted Mansion ever, like, to do it during
Mhm.
the party it was great.
Mhm.
Um, and then we were gonna do some of the special treats, and we just kind of said, "We want something simple," so we ended up getting simple vanilla ice creams, at Storybook Treats,
Mhm.
and then we got in line got a spot for the fireworks. We probably were only there 20 minutes before they started, and we were probably, I wanna say 6 people back from the statue of Walt and Mickey that's right in front of the castle.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
were pretty close. It was great. It was great to
Mhm.
see everything, and it was good that we were that close because we could see because Jack Skeleton does the little talk, like, at the
Mhm.
beginning, and towards the middle, he comes out and says something, and at the end, so it was nice to actually see him come out on stage.
Mhm.
That was really fun. And then by that time, it was almost time for the second parade, the last parade of the night. So we got a spot on Main Street, and we weren't right on the curb, but the people on the curb were sitting and stayed sitting. So it was great because we were right behind them and could see really well.
Mhm.
Um, it was fun. I would say I'm not a huge parade person, but because this was a special one and
Right.
they had like the grave diggers come out and do their thing,
Mhm.
um, it was cool, but we ended up by leaving, I wanna say, probably 3/4 of the way through.
Mhm.
We were just done.
Wait, leaving the parade 3/4 of the way through or leaving the
Yeah,
party 3/4 of the way
the
through?
parade.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah,
So you didn't
I don't
even
know
wait
the
for the
exact
headless horseman?
yeah, well, we saw him for sure. Yeah, he was the best,
Okay.
and
I
that
thought he
poor
was at the end, or does he
no, the
lead the parade?
beginning.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
He starts it, and then it's so funny because immediately after him comes the guy who has to, like, pick up the poop, the horse poop,
Uh-huh.
and I think he gets the
He gets
biggest
a lot of
applause.
applause from
Yeah.
what I've heard.
Yeah, it's so fun. So yeah, then we took a bus back to Pop and completely collapsed.
Mhm. And the next morning, Wednesday, August the 27th, you had planned to rope drop 7 dwarfs. Did you make it for rope drop?
We did make it for rope drop, but we
Okay.
changed up our plans a little bit.
Okay.
We ended up when I made my lightning lanes, I ended up by getting a single pass for Seven Dwarfs at the time that I wanted. So
Mhm.
instead, we rope dropped Peter Pan,
Oh, okay. Good.
which was good, I think, a good plan.
Mhm.
And um, my son had never gone through the whole queue where you got to see like the,
The
stuff
bedroom and
on the
everything.
yeah, and so that
Mhm.
was fun.
Yeah.
I like that, and that's pretty special. And I think that they must have, 'cause I don't think I paid attention to what time we got in line, but by the time we got off the ride and we're walking to Tron, which was our 2nd ride of the day,
Mhm.
um, it was 8:30, so they've started letting people on the rides early that morning.
Did you do a lightning lane for Tron, or did you just do standby?
No, my son really wanted to do it again, so I said, "Okay, let's just go, it can't be that bad, hopefully," and it wasn't really, I wrote down we got in line at 9:15,
Mhm.
and we're off by 9:22.
Okay.
So,
Alright. Not too bad.
not too bad. Good experience again, loved it. And then we got a pretzel. My son wanted that for some strange reason early in the morning. And then he wanted to do Astro Orbiter, which I had never done,
Oh, had
and,
you not?
he had never done, and it was fun, it's a cute
Did
ride.
did they make you ride in the same car?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's a little tight in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah, but it was still
Uh,
fun.
yeah.
And actually really cool to see
It's got
that
a good
angle.
view.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what? For a ride that just goes around in circles, like Dumbo, like the magic carpets,
right.
Astro Orbiter has that extra element of being that high up, and so it does feel a little bit more exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it does. And then we did, let's see. Oh, we walked around the Big Top store.
Mhm.
I love that one too.
I
It
do
has a
too.
cool vibe.
Yeah.
And went to Gaston's for our cinnamon roll, which is our kind of go-to in the morning. Oh, then we had a single pass for Seven Dwarfs,
Mhm.
and we were doing that. I think it was in the time frame. I had like 9:15 to 10:15, so it must have been closer to the 10:15 mark that
Mhm.
we did that. And then we looked at the wait times, and Tiana's was only 10 or 15 minutes. And I knew he loved it. So we went, even though I had a lightning lane for it, we did it again back to back, one standby and one with a lightning lane,
Oh,
and
fun.
in the front both times. So I think by the end of the 4th time, he was good. He'd gotten in all of
Mhm.
his rides with that, but it was an unexpected. I didn't expect him to like that one that much, so because I think
Mhm.
he said, when we went there, he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna miss the old theme," and I said,
Mhm.
"Yeah, but, you have to go with the flow, and you have to embrace the new."
Mhm.
Disney does new all the time because they have to keep up, and
Mhm.
that one, for obvious reasons, needed to go anyway, the theming for that, and, so he's like, "Well, this is gonna be all princess stuff," and I said, "No, no, no, just give it a chance," and yeah, so he loved it.
Mhm.
Um, then we ended up by doing Pirates, and I did have a lightning lane that morning for Haunted Mansion again, but we
Mhm.
actually skipped it. We decided that it was so good the night before during the party that we didn't wanna mess with
Did
it. It was a good
did you
memory.
skip the lightning lane, or did you modify it to something else?
We modified it, yes,
Okay.
for later in the day for, Hollywood Studios that night, but,
Oh, okay.
uh so we did Pirates, and then we walked around the Main Street shops, bought some more pins, and then we went to the confectionery and did the make your own popcorn situation.
Uh-huh.
So that was really fun. We were able to, there was no line. The area that they do the popcorn in, where you make your own concoction,
Mhm.
is a very tight little area.
Mhm.
So we were lucky enough that there was nobody else in that area at the time. So it did not feel like we were rushed or crowded. So my
I
son
I
did.
tried the new hack
Oh,
for
what's
that.
the new hack?
The new hack
Mobile?
is, No, it's not mobile.
Oh,
You walk up to the main counter where you would order like a caramel covered apple or whatever, a
yeah,
brownie, all of those things. And you tell them you want to do a custom popcorn, and they have like a little form, and they ask you what you want, what kind of popcorn, what toppings, what drizzle, whatever. And then they hand it to, there's a back room where they have everything that they have at the main popcorn area, and you can see them through the glass there, like as if you were going to go watch them like dip marshmallows and chocolate and stuff. You can
yeah.
see them behind there doing your popcorn for you, and it does not take very long. And I think it's the hack that you need to use if it's late at night and everyone has gotten into line. If there's no
Right.
line there anyway, you might as well just go to the main one. But when everybody is lining up for that popcorn and they don't all realize that you can do it at the other counter, that's the time to use it.
That's a good tip. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, Interesting. All right. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind for next time because we had a lot of fun doing that.
Mhm.
So let's see. We were finishing that around 12:30, and then we got on the monorail at 12:45 to head over to the Polynesian.
Yes.
And so originally we had a reservation for the latest breakfast that they were doing there, which would have been at
Mhm.
12:10 at Ohana.
Mhm.
And my son, about halfway through the morning, he said, "What are we doing for lunch?" And I told him, I said, "Well, it's like at lunchtime, but it's breakfast." And he said, "Oh, okay." And I could kind of tell he wasn't into it. And I'm like, that's not a cheap meal. I said, "If you're not
Right.
into it, this is your birthday trip. You're not into it. You tell me. We'll switch."
Mhm.
And he said, "Yeah, I could skip that." And I said, "Okay." So I said, "Let's go to Wailulu because I had tried to go there the last time I was in Disney and it didn't work out." Oh, because I got stuck in a torrential downpour and I decided to just go back to my room.
Mhm.
So, we went there and it was so beautiful. It's so beautiful
Mhm.
over there.
Yeah, I enjoyed it when I went.
It's like, it's like you're sitting out and you look at the water and it feels like you have been transported to Hawaii. It doesn't feel
Yes,
even.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you couldn't see the Magic Kingdom castle, Cinderella Castle from there, you would think that you were somewhere else.
100% true. I have been to Hawaii. I can confirm it feels like you're in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had a good meal. I got the, hibiscus iced tea, which was
Mhm.
delicious
Yes,
and
it's so
so
good.
beautiful,
Mhm.
and I got for my meal the ahi tuna crisp. It was an appetizer, but it's kind of like a nacho situation,
Mhm.
but like raw tuna, and then my son got the ahi
I
tuna
think I did
roll
the same thing. I think
as
you and
well.
I had matching meals, but
Oh,
like
really?
a half a year apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like yours?
I loved it. Yeah. See, I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to raw fish.
Good, yeah, yeah, it was fantastic. I thought it was
Yeah.
really good. Alright, so after we finished up our lunch, we walked over and did the little shops in the Polynesian.
Mhm.
They just have such different stuff, and I love the
I love
tropical
those
vibes.
shops. Yeah. There's something about those shops.
Yeah, yeah, so we walked around in there a little bit. We didn't buy anything. Oh, no, actually, we did. My son got one of those bracelets that, they link it up to an animal, and it will track an animal. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
like an animal in a different part of the world.
Yes.
Not like a stuffed animal or something like that.
No, no, no.
It's like
No, like
like
an
a
actual
whale
live
or
one.
something like that, or a
Yeah,
turtle or yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
so his was a manatee that he chose,
Mhm.
and, it's funny because I went up to the counter and the guy said, um the cast member said, Have you had one of these before?" And we said, "No," and he said, "Well, you go online, you register your bracelet, and they will hook you up with the animal that you're tracking."
Mhm.
And then he said, "And if by chance something looks off to you." And I kinda looked at him and he said, "Well, like if you had a sloth and all of a sudden it was going 40 miles an hour." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Well, sometimes things happen to the animals, so if you notice something strange is happening, call or, go back on the website and they'll hook you up with another animal." I thought that was a strange.
Okay, I'm trying to think what that could be. Like, oh, they're suddenly in a vehicle and being transported to a vet, or
Maybe?
I don't know. I
Or
didn't
it's
expect the 40 mile per hour thing. I was expecting, oh, if God forbid your animal is no longer with us here on this earth,
right,
that's
right. So
yeah.
maybe he was implying it was being taken away, so I don't really know, but it was
Okay.
funny anyway. So then we finished up at the Poly, and then I got a minivan for us to go over to back over to Pop, it
Mhm.
instead of going back to the Magic Kingdom and transporting via bus.
Mhm.
And I love the minivans. I, like, try to do them at least 1 per trip just because you have such a great conversation with the cast member during that
Mhm.
time. And the guy we had told us that, he's done many different jobs in Disney. This was his favorite because of the air conditioning, which I feel like everyone says. And he used to drive one of the vehicles on the safari,
Mhm.
and he met his wife because she was also driving one of the vehicles on the safari,
Oh, wow.
which is pretty cool. Yeah. So, nice little story. And then so we ended up back at Pop, and we my son was hungry because he didn't love his meal. So we
Okay.
went back, and plus he's a teenager. So we went to the quick service area at Pop, and he got some chicken fingers and fries.
Mhm.
And I got a coffee from that new coffee section that they have there, the coffee bar.
Yes. Mhm. What did you get?
I just got an iced latte, but that is such a great addition.
Mhm.
I only wish you could add mobile ordering to that part of it.
100%. Yes.
I hope they will eventually do
I
that, but
hope it's
otherwise,
coming. Yeah.
yeah, a great addition.
Mhm.
We went back to the pool again, and then while we were at the pool, our room was serviced, which was great,
Mhm.
and, just, like, freshened up everything, new towels, all of that. And then my son took a shower and a power nap. I took a shower, realized I didn't have enough time for a power nap, so we just went to Hollywood Studios. And
Mhm.
we got in there. We spent way too long at the pool that day. And one thing I mean, I know why they don't do it, because they want you to enjoy your time and not be distracted by what time it is, but I wish they had a clock
Mhm.
somewhere by the pool that you could just glance over at, because otherwise you're getting out of the pool and checking your phone and, you know.
Mhm.
At any rate,
That's
we
why I
were a
like
little.
having an Apple Watch because they're
Yes,
waterproof, so you can just go in the pool with them. It's nice.
yes, that might be on my list soon. So we
Okay.
went over to Hollywood Studios for the after hours event,
Mhm.
and we could get in I believe it started at 7, or wait, no, it started at
You could get
9:30, but we could
in
get in
as
as early
early
as
as
7.
7. Yeah.
Yes. And so but I had changed my a Haunted Mansion Lightning Lane that we hadn't used to
Mhm.
a Mickey and Minnie's for 5:15 to 6:15.
Okay.
So, we did that in that time frame,
Mhm.
and then I had also purchased a single pass for Rise because I wanted to make sure we got that in that night, and I had no idea what the flow was going to be, so I had only ever done 1 late night thing like that at the Magic Kingdom last time I was there, and
Mhm.
it was packed. It was really hard. Like, some of the rides, like, I think Tiana's that night never went below an hour, so I didn't end
Ew.
up, getting on that ride then.
Oh, that's not good because usually with these paid after hours events, that is one of the selling points is that there are lower wait times.
Right,
So,
right. So, I didn't wanna get burned and miss out on doing Rise,
mhm.
so I said, "Okay, we're just gonna get that pass ahead of time and make sure we can get on it." So, we did that, and I don't remember what time that was, but we did that with the pass I had purchased. So we went over to ABC Commissary for dinner around
Mhm.
7:30. I had the buffalo grilled cheese and my son had the pork tacos.
Mhm.
We both
Both
liked our meals.
solid options.
Yeah. And that's such a great, like, I feel like a long time ago, ABC Commissary was never the place to go. And
Mhm.
then they redid their menu, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago?
Mhm.
4?
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's so much better now, and there's, a ton of places to sit, the AC is good.
I would say that for quick service, is probably my favorite quick service in Hollywood studios. And don't get me wrong, I love Docking Bay 7, but
Yep.
ABC Commissary has so many good choices, and that buffalo grilled cheese
Yeah,
sandwich is so good. And I have to,
it is.
as always, give a shout out to the WDW runner who first introduced me to that sandwich. And I pretty much tag him every time there's an episode and we mention that sandwich because it
Yeah.
is so good. Like, I didn't think I was a buffalo flavor person. I thought I
Oh,
didn't like buffalo flavor, but it turns out I love buffalo flavor.
yeah.
So it's just chef's kiss.
Yeah, perfect sandwich. It really
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
So we had a great time there, and then we headed over to, let's see. Oh, we got our first free ice cream as soon as we could. I think that was around 9:30,
Mhm.
and we happened to be in Toy Story Land when the party really kicked off,
Mhm.
which was perfect because we were able to do Toy Story Mania pretty much as a walk-on. It was very easy to get on that, and,
Mhm.
my I think my son had forgotten all about what it was, and I had learned a couple of the tips and tricks. I was trying to tell him, "Shoot this, shoot that," and so we did
Mhm.
okay. The ride, though, that was the only experience we had that was a little off. The ride was very glitchy. There was a couple times where when they were loading people onto the ride where it stopped entirely. There
Mhm.
were all these, like, red flashing lights underneath the ride vehicles, and then they got it going again, and I thought,
Hmm.
We're not gonna get on here," but we did. It did stop once while we were in the line, and unfortunately, it wasn't, like, at a place where we could continue to shoot something, so
Oh, okay.
that would have been helpful. But it did stop once while we were in the ride, and then I wanna say 15 minutes after we got off, it went down, and I think it
Okay.
came back up later, but, yeah, I felt bad for people who hadn't gotten on there because that's always a fun one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then we went over to Slinky Dog, and that line was decent, but it was nothing compared to what it would be like during the day, of course. So we got in the line around 9:30 and we were off by 9:53. So really not bad at all.
Okay. Yeah. That's totally doable.
Yeah. And at night, that ride's so fun at night. The lights and everything make
Oh, it's
it,
the best at night.
yeah, makes it so much better. And then we went over to Swirling Saucers, which neither one of us had ever done, but we just
Mhm.
thought, "It looks fun, let's try it." There was no line. In fact, the not our ride, but the ride that was the group of people that were right before us,
Mhm.
the guy told people when the ride stopped, "If you wanna ride again, you can just stay on."
Uh-huh.
That was kinda fun. Then by the time we were ready to get off, there was a line in back of us, but it was really fun. It was I
Mhm.
don't like the teacups because that can make me kind of sick, but this was
Uh-huh.
a different experience.
Yeah, it's a different motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really fun. So, we would definitely do that one again. It's a good filler too on a regular day if you don't have, if
Mhm.
you have a little time to kill between lightning lanes or meals. Then we did Smuggler's Run, which also didn't have, I wanna say that was maybe a 15-minute total kind of wait before you started to get into the queue. That wasn't bad at all. And the cast member that was kind of telling people to go through in groups, she was
Mhm.
really hyping people up and getting people really, like, excited, and it was fun. And you kind of need that kind of energy when you're heading towards the later part of the night to keep people
Yes.
awake.
Yes, you do.
Then so that kind of wrapped up our whole, like, back section of the park, so all of,
Mhm.
Batuu and then all of Toy Story Mania, so we walked up Sunset Boulevard, we got some popcorn, which was, again, the ice cream and the popcorn are complimentary, and the waters, which we grabbed a couple throughout the night. They also had, the strawberry bars that you could have
Yes.
gotten,
Yes.
so it's nice to have that variety.
Mhm.
And then we ended up doing Tower of Terror twice. So that's also a favorite, back to back, and it was so amazing because when we walked through the queue, when you're actually inside the building and you see the lobby and all the cobwebs and all of that,
Mhm.
there was nobody there. And just
Yeah.
to sit there for a minute and take in the details, and I took some pictures for my Instagram. It was an amazing experience. Like, there's something really to be said about those after hours events. Yeah, they give you something that you don't get everywhere else. And I did see I watched some YouTube videos before we went, and some people had a lot of not cast, a lot of character interactions during that time. We
Mhm.
really didn't see that many characters. We saw Little Bo Peep back in Toy Story Land, um, but we really didn't see that too many characters. So I don't know, maybe we just weren't at the right place at the right time.
Mhm.
But anyway, we had a great time with Tower of Terror, and the second time we did it, uh, the the cast member was great. She had, like, a little accent she was doing, and she was saying at the end when the doors close just before you get in, she kinda did this thing where she said, "And if you need anything, just scream." It was kinda funny. Yeah, she did a
Did
really great job,
did she put
and,
her hands up on the window? Because that's our favorite thing.
no,
Oh,
no.
so there's 2, like, 4-inch window slots or whatever,
Yeah,
and we've had it where we've probably, like, 3 times experienced this now, so it's kind of a thing that they do, where whoever is talking to you before the door shuts says whatever they're gonna say, so maybe it's like, "If you need me, scream," and they
right.
time it so that as soon as they finish talking, the doors close in front of their face,
Yep.
and then they take their hands and, like, sort of jazz hands on the 2 different windows and drag them down, and so you
Oh.
see, like, the shadow of their hand on the windows if you're in the ride. It is
Oh,
so
weird.
delightful and creepy and fun, and now we just look forward to it anytime any of the cast members get into it enough that they do it for us.
Oh, that's fun. I'll have to look for that next time. Yeah,
Yeah.
she might have done it, maybe I didn't notice, but yeah, that's cool. I love it
Yeah.
when the cast members get really into it. That's just,
Yeah, me too, me too.
another little sprinkle of Disney magic.
Mhm,
So yeah, we after Tower of Terror twice, we were done. It was 11:50 when we were walking out of the park. We could have stayed till 12:30, but we had gone
mhm,
hard, like I said, for 3 days, and we were
mhm.
ready. We weren't ready to have the trip be over, but we were ready to go back to our room, at least for
You
the
were
night.
gonna collapse regardless.
Right. Yeah, and on the way back, I got my favorite bus, which was Orange Bird. I love Orange Bird.
Oh, okay, I was like, "How do you have a favorite
Yeah.
bus?" Okay, the character on the outside of the bus.
Yeah, well, you mean 'cause I feel like they've redone them as of the past couple of years,
Mhm,
and they're just they're, like, really dynamic now, so that's really
yeah.
fun. That's definitely my favorite one.
Alright, so Thursday, August 28th was your departure day.
Yeah.
And you were getting a car pickup to go head to your 11:15 AM flight back to New
Yes.
Hampshire.
Yep.
Okay, how did
Yeah.
this morning go?
It went well. We didn't really sleep in because I hadn't packed the night before, so I wanted to make sure I
Mm,
had time for packing. I had showered and just fallen into bed. So, uh, we got up. I let my son sleep a little bit. I packed,
mhm,
and then we got up and left the room and went down to the main building and went to the quick service and got some breakfast. I got another good coffee from that new coffee kiosk area, and I hadn't had any Mickey waffles my whole trip, so I got a kid's portion of the Mickey waffles,
mhm,
and then I think I got yogurt. And then my son, got one of the platters, so it was Mickey waffles, I think there was sausage, bacon, hash browns, so he was happy with that.
mhm,
And yeah, we just kinda sat there, and I really like the redo of that whole pop quick service area,
mhm.
except for the fact that the seats were, like, really hard to get out of. They were
Hmm,
like the booth seats, they
yeah.
had a lot of they were almost sticky.
Huh,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know, and we thought it was just the one time when we sat there the first day, and then we realized, no, they're just like that. They're probably just
Hmm,
easy for them to wipe down, but
maybe.
yeah. Otherwise, it
Okay.
was a great experience. Overall, I was really impressed with Pop. I think that
Mhm,
if you don't need to have a whole lot of bougie details in your resort,
mhm,
and you really just need a simple place to sleep, get food, enjoy the pool,
mhm,
I think it's perfect.
mhm, yeah. I love pop.
Yeah. So we finished breakfast, we went through the arcade a little bit. And then we got picked up, and our flight home was good, it was on time, no problems.
Mhm.
So, overall, a great trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love a mother-son trip, obviously. I've done them myself now a
Yeah.
couple of times, and
It's special.
it's it's so special to have that time one-on-one with your kid. I mean, Alex is an only child, so it's usually one-on-one, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to have that dedicated time, especially when they are teenagers,
Yeah.
because I feel like when you have a kid who's a teenager, they are growing more and more independent by the day, and to have dedicated time where maybe they're on their phone while they're with you, but
Right.
you're enjoying doing activities together, eating meals together, and it's just the 2 of you. It's just so much fun.
Yeah. It was, and I think some people in my immediate family thought to themselves and felt the need to tell me that they thought that that was an extravagant birthday gift for his 13th birthday, and yeah,
Mhm.
it definitely is, but that's not time I'm never gonna get back. That's
Right.
time that
Yeah.
I I really would never have wanted to spend it any other way with him. We
Mhm.
had such a good time, and I think there's something special about that point in time when your child becomes a teenager and they are getting pulled in so many other directions that are no longer with you. To
Mhm.
have that time in a little bubble with them is it's really nice.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that in addition to being pulled away from you for more independent things, they're being pulled into more grown-up activities, right?
Yeah,
So, it's nice to have that dedicated time and to have it in a place where it's just all about magic and fun and letting them sort of have that time to be a kid again, just like you as an
yeah,
adult are getting that time to be a kid
yes,
again.
yeah,
So, you know, if you are able to have a trip like that in your budget, nobody should be judging your choices. That you're right, those are memories that you'll never get back. And I know that at this point, you know, it's only a couple of weeks ago, but I'm
right.
sure you're still talking about it.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm sure you're going to be talking about it for years.
yeah. Yeah, and
So,
I think yeah, I think it's really special, and I think that if like you said, if it's in your budget I mean, for me, being a travel agent, I can write off a portion of it, but even if
mhm.
I hadn't been able to do that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a special kind of
100% worth
thing.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey Griffin, what's going
Hi.
on? How's everything?
Pretty good.
Good, good. So, we were asked to, ask each other a few questions, maybe talk a little bit about Disney since we're kind of like, you know, two teenagers.
Yep.
It correlates. Anyways, I'm gonna start off with the simple stuff. So, what's your favorite park? If you had to pick one.
Um, Probably Magic Kingdom, just like the most iconic park.
Oh yeah, for real.
'Cause it's got like the castle and
Mm,
I just really
yeah,
like a lot of the rides there.
yeah. I think it's like what a lot of people think of when they're like, "Oh, let's go to Disney World."
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Personally, I like Hollywood Studios because I think it has my favorite rides and my favorite like areas because I
yeah,
love like the 1940s aesthetic.
yeah. It's really good.
What's your favorite ride if you had to pick one?
Probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that's so valid. Actually, that's very valid.
It's really good.
I'd say Tower of Terror. I like Tower of Terror.
Yeah, yeah. That one's really good too.
Mom, did you tell him about when I got Mike Wazowski on Tower of Terror or no? No. Okay. So like last time I went on Tower of Terror, it was like we were gonna do this like whole I don't know thing with the video because we thought it'd be funny, and somehow I don't know how this happened, but the people in front of us like perfectly lined their arms up in front of my face, and I had it set. I was ready, and they just kept their hand in my face the whole video. When was your last trip?
Like 2.5 weeks ago, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, that's very recent, actually.
Yeah.
How long did you go?
3 nights.
3 nights? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Get a lot of time in with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was your favorite thing that you did on that trip?
Ugh, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, I really liked what was that like place like the place that was supposed to look like Hawaii?
Was that the Polynesian?
Wailulu place at the Polynesian was really cool because it was like
Oh.
Hawaii kind of.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
love like Hawaii stuff. Just
yeah,
it's relaxing. Just the
yeah.
thought of it.
There's a lot of stuff I really liked. I really liked like the Star Wars stuff and the
Oh
Avatar
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love Avatar. Like, I don't know why I do this, but before I go to Disney, I always have to watch Avatar at least once or twice
Oh,
because the movie's tough. Am I wrong? The movie is it not good?
yeah,
Like,
it's a really good movie.
yeah, like you gotta watch it, but it's so long. Do you like this question? I want to know if I'm not the only person who does this. Do you like watch a ton of Disney movies like before you go to the parks, or is that just me? Am I just weird?
Um, I don't necessarily like do it like before I go to the parks. Like that's not, like I've never done that before, but I
Right,
do
right.
watch some Disney movies. Like I
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
a good amount of those.
Yeah, me, I gotta get in the mood before I go there, cause like you gotta get hyped for it. Like that's
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's that's how you do it. It makes the trip a lot more like, worth it.
Yeah.
In that kind of sense. Um. Anyways, what's your if like where's your favorite place to eat other than Epcot, cause that's everybody's answer.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Tuli Canteen. I really like the bao bun like burger things there. They're
Oh,
so
those are
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. Those are
Yeah.
amazing. Uh, I'd probably go to like Brown Derby or something. But
Oh
like
yeah.
entertainment wise, I'd go to Sci-Fi Dine-In. Yeah, it's just yeah, I just love like kind of looking at the screen the whole time as I'm eating.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that like the drive-in place?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah. That's the one with the
yeah.
cars. Those are cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that one. We
and they
went.
have that one cotton candy drink that like makes me go crazy. Like
Oh, I didn't
it's
get
so
that.
good. You did it? No, you gotta get it. It's
No,
it's
I
so good.
yeah,
Ugh.
we went there last time, like the previous time we went when I was like 9, but I got this like cool little cup with like
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
like the light up ice cube in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's cool. Um. Oh yeah. What grade are you in, by the way?
I'm in 8th grade.
Eighth grade was awesome for me. But wait, are you currently applying to high schools right now, or is that like a, you know?
No, so I'm not doing like a private school, so I don't have to like apply to it.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Trying to apply myself to high schools was like a nightmare. So you're pretty lucky. Yeah, it's a New York City thing. Anyways, I think I've gone through all the basic stuff. So I think this will conclude this mini interview with
Okay.
the teenagers.
Yeah.
So thank you so very much for sitting down here and talking with me. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, got a lot of good information.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
See ya.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Tanner. It was a lot of fun talking to you, and I'm glad that our two teenage guys got to sit down and compare their Disney notes.
Yeah.
Really fun. Alex has never really done that before. He's been on the show plenty of times, but I don't think he's ever interviewed another kid.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you for having me. It
Yeah.
was a blast. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you so much, Tanner, for being a part of the podcast family. If you're looking for a travel agent to help you plan your next trip, Tanner would love to help you out. Her information is in the show notes, and as a reminder, it doesn't cost you anything to use a travel agent. She gets paid commission by Disney after you have completed your trip. And with that, we will close out today's show. I hope everyone has a magical week and that you'll all tune in again next week when it's time for my own Mother Son Trip Report episodes. Thank you all for listening and keep daydreaming about where you long to be.